To me, and this I think about sort of the libertarian solution to these wildly complex social problems. I think a lot, if not all, of the drive to transition kids is coming from the government school system, and it seems to be completely captured. And I hear horror stories from parents, and I read these stories about how parents aren't even allowed to know what conversations are being had.
That's one of the number one things that I have when it comes to like the bills I'm looking to pass is a responsibility to report. So if a child comes to you and says that they are having gender dysphoria, you have a responsibility to report. Either that is to report it to the parents that child is having, that they need to go get mental health coverage. Like that's the parent's responsibility, is to get the child mental health care. Or if you really think that child is a danger, instead of knowingly leaving them in a dangerous situation, you have to contact the authorities. I mean, I think CPS is an awful organization, but they're there for a reason, to protect children. That's like the only thing that we can do right now. So you have to like try to get them out of an actually dangerous situation, which it's a fine line, because they will try to use that to, if you don't affirm your child, then they'll try to take your children and stuff like that. But what ends up happening, and this is the reason why the bill passed in Florida, the quote unquote don't say gay bill, it was brought on because there was a child in South Florida who the school hid their gender transition at school because the parents were Catholic. That was the reasoning for hiding this transition for them, because they were Catholic. That child attempted suicide twice in 2 days at school, and now they are suing the school because they hid this. And again, it's their parents' responsibility to get them the mental health care that they need. And if they don't know that their child's having issues like this, then that's a huge issue, because it could lead to that.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the biggest bills that I champion across the country too.
I sort of, and I know it's complicated because you could also go, that Bill Maher had this great monologue on this, that the trend in California is that every generation the trans population doubles, and at some point everybody's going to be trans in California. Yeah. And his point is that this is political ideology. Yep. This is not biology at all. I err on the side of parents always, and I realize that parents make bad decisions as well. Yeah. But the idea that the system, the government institutions, would be promoting anything, one way or the other, and then hiding it from parents, and then destroying kids' lives. Like, to me, that just says we need to shift the power back to the parents, so that
absolutely,
because call me crazy, but I think most parents care more about their kids than some
I would think
faceless, gray-suited institution.
Yeah.